Good morning, good evening, or good night. Welcome to the Market Down podcast. Today we will be going over the predictions to WWE's Clash at the Castle coming this Saturday. I am your boy, Sterling Mallory Archer, and I am joined today by Cyril Figgis.
No! No! I will take anybody else. I will take Ray. I would gladly take Lana. I would gladly take Pam. I would even take Cheryl.
Which makes it even more of a necessity for you to be Cyril Figgis. Thanks.
I don't know what I've done to anybody on this pod to just continuously warrant such disrespect, but I will just take this as the compliment that it is, the implication being I have a massive penis. So let's move forward.
I love it. So all right. The card is a little wonky. I don't know which matches are first, of course, so I'm just going to go by what I think would be first, and we'll just do it from there. We're going to start out with the tag team match. We have Edge and Rey Mysterio with Dominic Mysterio versus the Judgment Day, Finn Balor and Damian Priest with Rhea Ripley. Who you got winning, Cyril?
Oh God. I'm going to go with the team with somebody who has a much bigger penis than me, Rhea Ripley. She's daddy, and I don't even feel bad about it. Judgment Day is going to take the win, and I think it's going to come at the expense of a father and son relationship. I think Dominic Mysterio is finally going to turn on his dad, turn heel, and for the love of God, do something interesting finally. I think it's going to be a good back and forth match, but I think Judgment Day takes the win.
Okay. I happen to think the only thing interesting that Dominic can do is go to NXT. However, I understand. I'm torn because last time I went with Judgment Day, they lost flat out. Finn Balor doesn't show any signs of getting better. This group doesn't show any signs of being any more important. I actually think Edge looks the most important as he's been getting the vignettes and the segments as if he's the one with the stable. So just to be devil's advocate, I am going to go Edge and Rey Mysterio. I do still think we get a Dominic turn, perhaps, but maybe at the end. I kind of want Judgment Day to win, and I want them to be presented as more important, but it doesn't look like they're really doing anything with them. I don't know. I'm going Edge and Rey Mysterio just because you're going Judgment Day. I'll just put it like that. Cyril.
There's the violence. That's
all. Chaos.
Okay.
Moving forward, we have the singles match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. I must admit, I am very excited for this. We have Gunther, the champion, with Ludwig Kaiser versus Sheamus, who will have the Brawling Brutes with him, Ridge Holland, and maybe Pete Dunne, maybe Butch.
Officially Butch, God willing, Pete Dunne very soon.
Perhaps. Who you got winning? Who do you want to win? Because I if I'm not mistaken, I think both of us are Sheamus fans.
We both are Sheamus fans. I'm not ready for Gunther to drop the belt yet. While I think he could go for any title believably, I don't think he's ready for the World Championship yet. So this Intercontinental reign is nice. I feel like we haven't even really seen it truly get started yet. So I'm going to go with Gunther. I'm hoping this is where we see the Butch to Pete Dunne transformation or reversion. I don't know if it'll play into the finish. It could. We knew Gunther and Dunne have history themselves back in NXT. Back in NXT, he dropped the UK title to Gunther Walter back then. So that's how long ago. So I'm going to go with Gunther, but I think this is going to be the surprise hit of the night. I think this is going to be two big, meaty men slapping meat, being hosses. I think it's going to be a good match, but I'm going to go with Gunther.
Okay. Let me preface this by saying I am not the ultimate, but I'm a really huge Sheamus fan. I am also gonna go Gunther. I agree with everything you said. I do think it's too short a time. First of all, let me give a hand clap for the Intercontinental Championship being back on pay-per-views because
Finally,
what the fuck. Now, I do think Gunther's going to win because the reign has been relatively short, and I think he has a lot more to go. I think he has great storyline, but I will let WWE know personally, please keep this feud going for a little while and do have Sheamus win eventually because selfish reasons. I want Sheamus to be a triple crown. This is the only title he's never held.
past Triple Crown, he will be a Grand Slam
Grand
winner
Slam,
with us.
yes.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I want it to happen soon. I do. Good
So
point.
when Gunther does lose in like 2-3 months after showing how much of a beast he is, please go ahead and give it to Sheamus. However, I do agree. I think Gunther is going to take this one. If he doesn't, I wouldn't be mad. I'm with you. This is going to be a hard-hitting, brutal match. It's probably going to be match of the night, depending on how much they put on it. Let's go. Moving along, we have Matt Riddle, who recently became Matt Riddle again.
Hallelujah.
Versus Seth freaking Rollins. Who you got?
I got the fact that I need Seth to drop the freaking as an actual name. Everyone's getting their names back. Let him, this is a case of addition by subtraction. Man, I don't know, because going into this is the hottest feud on the card. Probably. Both men need the win, and neither can afford another big high-profile loss at this point. We keep having in our ears how many times Seth lost to Cody Rhodes, how he lost to Roman Reigns. That's all I remember. I can't remember the last time Seth picked up a big win. And on the other hand, you have Matt Riddle, who just a month ago felt like he was the most popular guy in the company, the most over guy in the company. And I feel like his momentum has really stalled. So I think both men are in desperate need of a high-profile win. I'm going to give it to Seth, I think. I feel like he is... I don't even know. Just saying that, it doesn't even feel right, Like, you think, like, in a situation like this, Matt Riddle needs the win to propel himself up higher on the card. But I do think Seth Rollins is more primed for a world title shot than Riddle is. And I think Seth needs that big win to really get him there. So I'm going to go with Seth, but this is one of those flip the coin, could go either way kind of matches.
I absolutely agree with you. However, I think, I don't know, something in me says Riddle wins this. I agree with you that they both need the win. I do think the loss hurts Matt a little bit more, only because Seth is so established. However, I agree with you. Can he take another L? He's been losing like fuck this whole year. It's like this is a career down, and it's weird because he's been so great. He's been like paramount and epic this last year. He's been in huge feuds. He's had great promos, great segments, great actual matches, but he just isn't winning them. But with that being said, I'm with you. I think Matt, his momentum has stalled, and I think Hunter knows that to get that back. And we also don't know what's going on with Randy. We might get a Randy in the next couple months. I think now is the time to pull the trigger and get him back to where he needs to be, so that when Randy returns, they can do whatever program they have. With that being said, I think I'm gonna go Matt. But again, it's a flip of the coin. They're both at the point where they need a win, so who's to say?
Yep. Fair point.
All right, we're going to push on to the next one. We have a 6-woman tag team match. Everybody knows I'm a super fan of women tag matches. I love them. We have Bianca Belair, our WWE Raw Women's Champion, Alexa Bliss, and Asuka versus Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky, formerly known as Io Shirai for my NXT fans. Who you got winning, Cyril?
I hate that. This is a tough one because Bayley and the Huggers suffered a big loss on Monday night, not getting those WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. But I can't no, it's not even that tough. I'm gonna go straight up with Bailey and the Huggers. If they lose, what was the point of any of this? Um, there's already been some questionable booking decisions in terms of the women's division this week. I don't think we're gonna get another one, but who knows at this point? But I'm gonna go with Bailey and the Huggers. I think Alexa's. It's gonna be either Alexa or Asuka who takes the pin.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah, they considering how talented all six women are, how over all six women are, this match does feel very kind of thrown together. I don't know why Io and Dakota aren't the tag team champions. I feel going into this match, having the women's champion on the opposite team of the tag team champions would have been a nice little touch. But yeah, I think it's going to be Bailey and the Huggers or Control, Damage Control, whatever they are. Um, control your destiny, control your narrative. I don't know, but they are controlling something, and I think they're going to control the W.
All right, I absolutely agree with you. I think this is. I also agree that they should have won the tag belts. That would have made for such a great program, possibly with Alexa and Asuka going against them later, or any foreshadows Bailey and Bianca later. I think it just would have brought the story full circle. I think this is the perfect time to have Bianca Belair lose because it's not for the title.
Exactly.
She doesn't look bad at all because she's not going to be the one getting pinned. It makes the most sense. I'm definitely going Bailey and the Huggers. I don't think Triple H is gonna screw us twice. I just don't believe that.
Fair point.
Sliding into the next match, we only got two left. This is for the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship. On one side, we have the champion Liv Morgan going against Shayna Baszler. Cyril Figgis, who do you have winning?
I think the little engine that could, Liv Morgan, is just going to keep on trucking along. She's going to keep on marching, and she's going to squeeze out another win against an MMA star who, by all rights, should kick her ass. I want Liv to win because I want this title reign to continue. I also want this feud to be over simply because I need Liv to stop looking like an underdog champion. It works from time to time, but you could only view your champion as an underdog for so long before you think they don't deserve the title. So let's be done with this. Let's move past the Rondas. Let's move past the Shaynas. Let's start to make Liv look a little more dominant. I don't want her to look dominant against Shayna Baszler. I think Shayna needs to look tough, looks like a monster, but let her squeeze out this win and then get into a feud for the title where it's going to feel at the very least more even, more back and forth. So I'm going to give it to Liv, but just barely.
I completely agree again, which I don't like, but I was trying my best to oppose you this time, but I totally agree. You gotta have Liv win. It has to be fair. She's the face, clearly. I see Shayna beating her to a pulp or within an inch of her life, and then Liv just pulling it out and being the ultimate like superhero. It doesn't have to be as much back and forth as you need, and I'm okay with her not looking weak, but I'm okay with her getting her ass beat and then at the end just persevering. I think that is a better, more heartwarming champion story as opposed to just sneaking away with these wins and almost borderline cowardly tactics where she's fighting within an inch of her life. I think we book her with Shayna. After that, we start making her look much more dominant. I agree with you. She has to at some point look like a champion. She can't be the little girl with big dreams who won the championship and Charlotte comes to take it away 2 months later. We don't want that. So they have to start building her now. They got to put a little steam under her wheels. And yeah, I'm going Liv.
Love it.
Then for the main event of the night, singles match for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship, we have Roman Reigns, the champion, who will be accompanied with Paul Heyman versus Drew McIntyre. Who do we have winning? Do we have a cash in? What do we have? What's your predictions?
my heart never wants me to root against Roman Reigns ever. I have been
What a
part.
weird heart.
I have been supporting our great tribal chief for years and years and years, back to when he was carrying the Shield.
Carrying?
I mean, like figuratively, he was carrying a shield.
Okay, thank you.
I needed
Thank
to. I was scared for a second.
Thank you for the clarity.
I am very ready for Roman to drop the belt. He just this week celebrated 2 years with the championship. 2 whole years. It's been a long time since we've had a world champion hold the belt that long. I think it's been great. I know a lot of people are sour on his title reign. I think it's better. I think in hindsight, when it's all said and done, we're going to look at it a little more favorably than we do now. But that said, I am ready for it to end. And I think there's maybe only one other person who's more well suited to taking the title off Roman, but his boob fell off and we're going to have to wait a while for him to come back. So I think there is nobody available now who is better suited to take the title off of Roman than Drew McIntyre at Clash of the Castle in his hometown. He's not from Wales. But I think this is Drew's time. It's been a while since he's been champion. It's never happened in front of fans. It's never happened in front of a crowd. I think he's going to get a massive pop at the Castle. I think it's going to feel like the irresistible force meeting the immovable object. And I think we're going to get the Drew McIntyre win. I don't think we're going to get the cash in. I don't think so. But I don't know. I feel that Theory is kind of. I don't necessarily see him wrestling Johnny Gargano next week or anytime soon, but I think that is the feud that is going to be happening. And I don't think Johnny Gargano is going to get the first title shot at Theory. Right. But I don't know. I think Drew takes the belt and sends the crowd home happy. But there are so many factors at play between the bloodline, between the Usos, between Paul Heyman, between everyone's favorite Us, Sami Zayn, between Kevin Owens, between Theory, between people who I don't want to spoil, but rumors are out there that certain people have signed contracts and may be coming back to WWE. Stay tuned on that. But between so many outside forces, this is anybody's ball game. This is not a clear-cut one man is obviously going to beat the other. So this is a very exciting main event. It's the first time in a while that I feel Roman's title reign is in actual jeopardy, and I don't have to suspend that much disbelief for it to happen. And yeah, I love Drew McIntyre. He is a worthy champion. He is a worthy opponent to take the title off of Roman. And I think it's his time to be champion again.
That was very well put. I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
No!
Because we have been agreeing on the last, 2 or 3 matches. I disagree. I feel like this is the 10th time that we have believed that Roman is absolutely 100% in jeopardy of losing the title. And we have gotten the same result. He does not lose the title. I feel like this might honestly, I said 10, but it might really be close to at least 4. Because I feel like everybody thought Kevin would do it one time at least after the 3 or 4 times. Then Daniel Bryan, then Edge, then Finn Balor. I mean, he's been at least Brock Lesnar once just to do a hot potato. Anything. I don't know. I feel like Drew is the person to take it. And I think in a very beautiful and perfect world, he would take it, or he will, and there'll be no cash in, and he'll reign supreme for a while, and we'll get the title defenses and the storyline that we've wanted since COVID. But something something really sinister in me is saying that we are going to get just a little bit more of the same for just a little while longer because change takes time. I hate saying that, and I really, really am pushing for Drew to win. Even if Roman wins, I would take a cash in and a new champion in theory, anything. I want this reign to be over. But I don't know why. I just have a sneaky suspicion that this may not be the pay-per-view for that. Just not yet. Even though it's perfect, the opportunity is there. We have new people in creative. It makes the most sense. I can't really explain why I'm against it. Maybe it's just for the fact that you're so with it that
I also think it's a trauma response at this point. After 2 years of Roman as champion, it's just safer to believe it's just never going to end. No reason to have false hope at this point.
It's literally that. I think that's what it is. It's trauma. It's really trauma. Because again, I want to be with you in spirit and soul. I want Drew to win. I love Drew. I do think he deserves it. Something is telling me he's not going to get that third run right now. And I mean, maybe he will. I'm sure there's one down the line. And if any a time, now it's the best. But the trauma's speaking, man. I'm giving this one to Roman, and Danny and Rev are as well.
What?
I don't know. I can't speak for them, but I'm speaking for them. Fuck it. We're here now. It's only us two. We're doing what we got to do.
You're mad with power. They leave, and now you've gone mad with power. But yeah, I respect it. Boo, Leslie Nope. Boo, Leslie Nope.
But that about wraps it up. Clash at the Castle. I do think it's going to be maybe 2.5 hour, pushing 3 hour event. We have very few matches, which gives it
surprisingly short,
which gives it much room to be better than we expect. Because I know a lot of people think it'll be a mediocre pay-per-view, which means Triple H, go hard, man. Please do what you got to do. Make this the best pay-per-view we've seen in a while, which won't be that hard. But anyway, signing off, I am Sterling Archer, and that is Cyril Figgis. Thank you for joining Mark It Down Productions, and we will see you guys next time. Adios.